What's up, everybody? Alaska Stock Talk here. Sorry I haven't gotten a video out to you guys in a couple days, or maybe it was just one day. Took a little break there, but I got a video for you here now that we're gonna jump into. And let me just tell you, this is probably the most bullish video that I'm going to make on Ocugen. Because last night I stayed up pretty late and I did a lot of digging, and I found some huge information. But I don't know if it's for certain because I have not been able to find the paperwork to back what I found. But I believe I may have found some funding from the Indian government for Ocugen, okay? So I'm going to get to that at the end of the video. And let me throw my disclaimer out there. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't take what I say and go purchase more shares of Ocugen. And believe me, after this video, you're going to want to do that. But please try to resist the urge. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this up. Alright, the first thing actually I want to point out is please don't be this guy. Hey, you did this video? Please have your presentation organized before recording. You said please, okay, I get that. And maybe you didn't mean too much by it, but think about it this way, right? I work full time and I have classes starting, right? Taking 3 classes and working full time, that's a lot. So I don't have a whole lot of time. And then any extra time I do get, I'm researching, looking up stuff about Ocugen, posting for people like you, right? Which yeah, I don't see you doing that. Are you taking any extra time to go help people out? And not asking for anything in return, right? So comments like this are not very helpful. Yes, I get I'm not editing the videos. I'm also not trying to become a professional YouTuber. So don't at me like this and come at me like, hey, you need to do a better job. Because guess what, buddy? I don't need to be doing these videos at all. Especially not for people like you. I do it for people that are going to be um, people that I actually want to hear, right? So please don't complain like this guy. And just so you know, this may be the very last video that I've seen because I was checking out my classes that are starting this Tuesday, and they look like they're going to be quite it looks like I'm going to be quite busy, so I may not be able to put out another video, but trust me, this last video possibly is going to go out with a bang. This may be all you need to know about Ocugen, okay? Alright, so let's quickly take a look. We'll talk about what I did last week, or what I said Thursday, right? Thursday night when I made that video, what would happen Friday, and then kind of what I think what is going to happen. So last week I was suspecting that we were going to make a move up, which you can see we did not continue down. We did go up, and we actually ended the day after hours up here at right around 62 cents, so pretty much right at the bottom of this wick here. So yeah, we didn't get as much of a push. I was hoping, I think I said we'd come up here to like the 65 or up here, or to test one of these resistance levels, but we did not quite get up there. But I'm happy with what we got, right? And this kind of candle tells us that the bears and the bulls were kind of fighting, right? We started up here, and then the bears, little baby bears, pushed us down here. That was the best they could do until they found these support levels here, and then the bulls pushed back, end of close right here, and then after hours we pushed all the way back up here. So tomorrow, or Tuesday, excuse me, unless we go back down in pre-market, right, we'll start, our bottom of the next one will be here. And I think I was just a day off, right? I think maybe we might Tuesday come to test one of these levels here. That's just my prediction, but remember, we could always go down, and I don't want to just say that without backing it up with any sort of TA, so let me go ahead and explain why I think we're going to be continuing to push up on our next leg here this next week. So one of them, where's the brush? There it is. A little rectangle here. So basically, you can see that this area here has been acting as support for us, right? You can see we went up, we took this big wick, stopped there, went up, and then we've come back to test this area of support. The bulls pushed up this day, right? That's why the wick's on the bottom. The little baby bears are trying to push us down, but the bulls keep coming in and support in this 55 to 58 cent range, right? Every time the little baby bears try to push us down, the bulls are pushing back. That's what these wicks mean on the bottom. And these 3 wicks on the bottom here are kind of telling me that we're going to continue going up. You can kind of see all the wicks from the bulls down here pushing up. We go up. All the wicks on the bottom telling us the bulls are fighting back. We push up, right? And it's the opposite. When you see that on the top, see all the wicks on top, that means the bears are more in control, so we went down. So there's that. And let me get rid of this here. When we look at, we got the SMAs here, right? We do have the 50 is going to cross the 200 sometime this coming week. And when you look at this, you can say, I'm just a little bearish here because we broke down past the 13 SMA. And that's going to lead me into the next thing we're going to talk about here, which is the SMA versus the EMA, which is the simple moving average, right? Which is what we have it on here, SMAs. And then there's also the EMAs, the exponential moving average. And the difference between the two is the SMA is kind of more broad range data. It's the data from the whole thing, and then the exponential, the EMAs, is data that's more closely related to what's happening now. So the EMAs is a little more accurate than the SMAs for short term. And it gives you, it's just a little more accurate for what's happening right now as opposed to over the stocks, like lifetime, you could say. So if I turn off the SMA and turn on the EMAs, right, you can see that the 13 EMA is right there at that level that I showed you guys, right? That rectangle, that area of support that we have here. It makes sense that the 13 is right there holding us up at that level. So we, on our massive run that we had to go up, what was it, 70% or whatever, we went up 100%, almost exactly. We bounced off the 5 EMA all the way up. You can see the wicks coming down, testing the 5 EMA until the RSI got overheated, right? And you can see we actually hit the 200 EMA, which acted as resistance when we got there. So that makes sense. We were overheated, overbought out of the Bollinger Bands, right? I showed you guys about that. We hit over the Bollinger Band right when we hit the 200 EMA. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't think technical analysis matters, you're silly. Okay, look at that. We crossed the 200 EMA right at the same time we bounced out of the top of the Bollinger Band, and that sent us back down. And let me get rid of the Bollinger Band again here. And then we found the 13 EMA as support. The baby bears tried to push us down below because they know that'd be bearish, right? They want us down, but the bulls said, oh no, we're fighting back for that. And you can see that's where we ended today. We pushed, or Friday, pushed. The bears are trying so hard to get us beneath that level of support here. They couldn't do it. The bulls are fighting back. And so let's go ahead and compare it to Altimmune, because the reason why I keep comparing it to Altimmune is because their breakout is so very similar. You can see before our breakout here, the this is the 50 was counting as resistance, 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 until the 13 and the 5 finally broke through with the volume push, and then you can see the 5 and the 13 here cross the 50, and then it was a massive bull run ever since then. And so we're up above the 5, down to the blue. So let's take a look at Altimmune and see how similar it was. Resistance off the 50, resistance off the 50, resistance off the 50, boom, breakthrough, large amount of volume, help the push. And just like Ocugen's run, right, let's zoom in because this is like where we're at right now for us. Bouncing off the 5, bouncing off the 5 until boom, huge candle outside the Bollinger Band. These two sent them back down, and you could just turn that back off. You could see they were using the 5 just like us as support during that initial run, and then they finally broke just like Ocugen, and they came down and tested the 13 EMA just like we're doing here, right? And they were probably all saying, it's over, look, the volume's going down, we're in free float now, nothing's going on because the volume's going down. But that's not true at all. From the top, they went down 45% off that first initial big crash, and for us, boom, 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 right here is kind of like that first one they had where it goes down right here. We had a very quick down again, and then until we hit the beneath the 5, bounced off the 13. Exactly the same. Boom, 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 beneath the 5, hit the 13, and then bouncing back up. Let me shorten this here, and then you can kind of see we're almost exact, right? Big red candle down, which helped them push beneath the 5. Big red candle down beneath the 5. One solid green candle with a bottom wick. One solid green candle with a bottom wick. The bulls are pushing back. If there's another candle with the bottom wick, so I suppose we're going to keep getting some more candles, and I suppose we're going to keep following this kind of like how we have been. And that's just my guesstimate, right? Don't take that to heart. We could very easily crash down. Bad news, market turn, anything. Remember, it could send us back down, and we could test the 50 down here as it moves up. We may come and test the 50 way down here. So always keep that in mind. And okay, let's see. So yeah, then they kept going and going and going. Bump back up above the 5. We may bump back up above the 5 here and keep testing 5, 5, 5. Oh, break down beneath the 5 with a big amount of volume over here until we hit the 13 again and keep going and going, just like Altimmune. So yeah, that's my prediction for, let's say, the next week, because I probably won't get to any videos this coming week because I'm going to be starting my classes again. So that's kind of my prediction for the week. I think we're going to move up, test some of these levels. Hopefully we test and then break the levels and keep moving up on our next leg up. Alright, now we're going to start getting into the real juicy stuff. I have been posting, not so much on Twitter, but on StockTwits, about how were somewhat correlated to Bitcoin and how Bitcoin has been running. And people kind of just look at me like I'm crazy, leave some crazy comments, like it's got nothing to do with it. What are you talking about? So, what's going on here? You can see that around the same time, it's kind of funky because of the scaling, that we started moving up, right? Going up and down. Maybe that's just coincidence. Maybe that's just how the market works. Bitcoin and small tech, right? I tried to tell this person that said, you have no idea what you're talking about. And I said, well, it does kind of make sense because the same people that were interested in Ocugen when I got in were the same people that were all interested in crypto. And so crypto and bio stocks, right? They are they're risky, right? Both of them are risky assets to invest in. If you're invested in Ocugen, you're taking a risk no matter what you think, right? Because any of the data could come out wrong. I mean, just look up anything. Type in Google, is it risky to invest in biotech stocks? And all of them will tell you yes. Same thing with crypto. And there is somewhat of a correlation, even if it's just that the same people invested in Ocugen are the same people invested in crypto. That's how me and some of my friends got into Ocugen. I made some money off of the bull run during COVID from Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then I put those profits into Ocugen when I found out about them. So wouldn't be hard for me to believe that there was many other people like that. So when Bitcoin goes up and they're making profit off of Bitcoin, they can be putting their money into more speculative plays like Ocugen. And that's not the only thing, okay? Ocugen is related more than just the chart looking like Bitcoin. And let me tell you why. Let me show you here. Oops. Telangana government announces asset tokenization standard framework to be launched soon. And if you haven't been watching any of my videos, you may be saying, what does this have anything to do with Ocugen? Well, Ocugen just set up a massive basically partnership, you could call it, with the Telangana government, although it hasn't been PR'd yet that they have. We have, right? We are getting support from the Telangana government. Go back and watch my other videos to see where KTR and the two people from Telangana government congratulated. They talked about investing in Ocugen. Welcome to Hyderabad, right? So same government talking about the tokenization of their government. So let's take a look. If you don't know about what tokenization is, go ahead and read that section. But down here, the benefits of asset tokenization. This framework will provide the much needed clarity that businesses and investors need to adopt asset tokenization. Asset tokenization standards frameworks will benefit the inclusion of the common man by making it easier for them to participate in the global economy and access new investment opportunities, right? Global economy, new investment opportunities. This framework will help to create a more conducive environment for the development of asset tokenization businesses and projects in the state. I believe asset tokenization holds the potential to unlocking the untapped value worth billions, revolutionizing how we perceive, own, and invest in assets, said Dilip Chenoy, chairman of Bharat Web3 Association. He added the potential it holds to democratize access, increase liquidity, and create new growth avenues will have massive impact on sectors such as finance, real estate, healthcare, and create a more inclusive and prosperous global economy, right? Ocugen keeps talking about how they're trying to get global, and they are doing just that by getting in this partnership with the Telangana government. And Bharat Biotech over there in Hyderabad, and they are talking about here the Telangana government who are investing in Ocugen are talking about investment opportunities through the blockchain. And even this doesn't mention Ocugen, right? So you may be saying, just because that government's talking about tokenization doesn't mean it has anything to do with Ocugen either. But when you look at some of the people, right? This is the Ocugen Business Advisory Board that are connected with Ocugen. Senator Pat Toomey here, he was part of overseeing all federal financial regulators, and he developed a blueprint for the regulation of stable coins. Okay? And this is a guy who's in charge of our advisory board. And so Ocugen met Telangana in May, and this came out in July here. So I don't know. You can kind of put two and two together. Maybe we have something that might be going on where they can use stable coins or something to help get funding from across the world, right? That'd be the easiest way to get funding from CanSino Bio and Bharat Biotech and US. What's the easiest way for everyone to be able to send funding and all that for all this? Well, crypto, stable coins. Okay, and Senator Pat Toomey is not the only one who is familiar with this stuff. Little would you know, Connie Collinsworth, right? Person about the Bill and Gates global access, as well as advising on the creation of $2.5 billion strategic investment fund. She is like our international player, right? Well, she also knows about fintech. If you don't know about fintech, it's blockchain. Okay? So why is the Telangana government all of a sudden bringing in blockchain utility after we are partnering, basically, right? They haven't announced it yet, but after partnering with Ocugen in India. Okay, so we have a couple people in our advisory board who made these international connections that are also know what they're doing when it comes to crypto. So I don't think it's so far-fetched to believe that we have some sort of correlation with crypto. So yeah, that's that. Let's see what. I don't think there's anything on that one. So this video here, I wanted to show you guys. This is a video I found last night doing some research, also connecting the Telangana government and Ocugen besides that little picture that we saw of those guys there. Let's take a look at this video. So these are all important people, politicians, all that kind of stuff here that decided on, you know, like who they're going to be investing with and connecting with and stuff while KTR was on his little visit to New York to get these investments and stuff. So yeah, it looks like a whole lot of big scam if all those people were there to vote on this happening right here. Alright, Aaron, Shankar, and AJ Portlory. And this is our man KTR. And then these are the two Telangana guys that were in the picture. These are two Telangana government officials. Pharma City. Not sure who this guy is or this guy is. This guy looks like a lawyer or something, I don't know. So yeah, huge here. This was in New York when he came here, and then they set up that partnership. So that was the meeting with the KTR meeting Telangana officials with Ocugen's leadership team, and that's when they set up the partnership that we have going on with them, and that's when they decided how much money they were going to give us, basically. So this next part I was thinking about all night last night. I had made a couple posts on Twitter kind of talking about it and kind of calling out Ocugen. Why aren't you telling people about Ocugen India Private Limited, and about the investment that they gave us? Because they gave us an investment. And they haven't made a PR about it. And I was thinking, why haven't they made this PR? And if what I found is true, it's because the news is so huge. They know it's gonna pump. They know it's gonna pump Ocugen in a big way. Because when I found out this number, because I did, I'm pretty sure I found out the number that they are investing. I'm pretty sure I found out the amount that the Telangana government is giving to Ocugen. And I was freaking out last night, and I was like, should I tell people this? Because there's a reason why they haven't told people yet. And it's because they know it is going to pump Ocugen like crazy. It's going to pump it. And this isn't me trying to pump it. I am pumping it, but this isn't me trying to pump Ocugen. And what I'm going to tell you is probably going to make you want to go buy more. It's making me want to buy more. And I don't know if that's a good idea. Because I don't know if it's really, really true. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I can't find any paperwork to back this up, but I did find a picture where I can infer how much money the Telangana government is investing into Ocugen. I'm about to show you guys. And it's huge. It's a big number. And I'm kind of afraid to tell people because there's a reason why they don't want people to know. I mean, I know it's a very small amount of people that are watching these videos, and what I do ultimately is not going to affect it. But there's a reason why they don't want people to know. So I took those Twitter posts down calling out Ocugen, because I'm like, well, maybe they need to do it in their own time. And for some reason, they don't want their stock price to go up yet. And maybe it's because they want to time it more closely to April, when that deadline is, to make sure that they can keep it. Because this news is so huge, you know, they don't want to put out funding news and watch Ocugen spike to $19 again and have such a hard crash again because it went up so fast. They want natural growth, and they know that putting out some news like this would probably cause unnatural growth because of how Ocugen is still kind of considered a meme stock. We saw, right? We went up the smallest. Well, it wasn't small info, right? Ocu 400 card's pretty huge, but just from that we went up 100% in 30 days, and that's a lot. And when the number I tell you guys, when they post that, we're gonna go up a lot faster than that, and that's not what Ocugen wants. So I'm still contemplating whether I should show this or not. Mainly because it's not 100%, and I don't want you to see this number and go put all your money into Ocugen thinking that it's 100% and that I'm right. Because you could even see, if you saw one of my posts last night, I posted saying that Ocugen India was in a bio convention in India, but that was actually not correct, as someone pointed out this morning. And I'm not afraid to say that I made a mistake. I'm not perfect, right? I was looking at an Indian website and it said something on there like the India Pavilion bio thing, and I assumed that it was Ocugen in India, but it wasn't. It was actually from Boston, but it was just the Indian website had a link to that or whatever, and I made a mistake. So this could not be anything too. So don't take this as it's 100% real, because I don't know if it is. Nobody knows if it is. So please don't watch this video and then run straight to the market Tuesday and put all your money into it, even though I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm insane. And I've just learned so much about the stock over the years, and I feel like it'd be silly, if I've already put so much money into it, it'd be silly to not keep dollar cost averaging right now, especially before we get back to my average. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at what I found. First is a little video. So this guy posted on Twitter a picture, which is how I found out how much money that I think the Telangana government is giving to Ocugen. This guy posted a picture about it. But first we're going to watch this video, which connects Ocugen and the Telangana government once more. Let's go, Ocugen! Here's our boys. Whew. These guys mean business. Oh man, I'm getting nervous, you guys, to show you this next one. Alright, so these guys, he went on a UK and the US tour, the Telangana, Mr. KTR, setting up these investments and finding jobs for people of Hyderabad. Alright, let's take a look at this next picture. This is it. This is the huge news. Right? Same guy. This isn't fake. This isn't a deep fake. Check this out. Returning from UK and US trip, bringing home employment and investment. Right here. 2,000 crores for Ocugen. This isn't fake. At least I didn't fake it. This looks like a real picture to me. And you might be thinking, what the heck is 2,000 crore? Well, let me tell you, it's a lot. 1,000 crore is where you go? 1,000 crore is around 130 million. 1,000 crore, 150. So I can't really find the exact amount, but it's a lot. And 1,000 crore is 130 million. Ocugen is getting 2,000. So that's somewhere around 260 million to 300 million dollars that Ocugen is getting from Mr. KTR in the Telangana government, you guys. Now, you can go search that on Twitter all you want. I didn't fake this. I was freaking out last night when I found this. I don't know if it's true, right? But that's what that looks like to me, right? What can you guys infer from that besides Ocugen just got close to 300 million investments from the Indian government, right? This is it. This is the news we've been waiting for. I don't think I need to make any more videos. It's bullish. I don't know what else to say. This is bullish. This is the bullish biggest news that has ever been found about Ocugen, I think. But it might not be. I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? You just saw what I found. You tell me in the comments. Tell me on Twitter, comment on this video. What do you guys think? I think I found the funding amount. And it's huge. It's huge. And they don't want us to know. But now we know, I think. So take this information with what you want. This may be the one time that we know the information before Wall Street. They're not digging like this. We are. And that's what's so awesome about the Ocugen crew, man. We got some diggers in this team. And that's it, you guys. I don't know. I don't think I need to make any more videos. I know what I'm doing. But you guys need to do your research. Go do your research. Like I said, I posted something that was completely wrong last night. Do your research. I've done mine. Try and to that guy from the beginning, right? Try and make better videos. You try and make a video. You try and find some stuff. I haven't seen you post anything about Ocugen. Right? Some of us are trying and we're helping people for nothing, right? We're not expecting anything in return. So and having said that, and if you're still watching this video by now, most of you probably are gone, but be careful with the people that have huge followings on Twitter and stuff, because some of them are not nice people, and some of them are out there to get you. I remember back a couple years ago, there was a guy that was pretending like he was on the ground floor at Ocugen at the new Jubilant farm, or I don't even remember what he was saying, but he was telling people on StockTwits that he was getting boxes of donuts for people, and people were actually giving this guy money. He was pretending like he was gonna go give boxes of donuts to the Ocugen crew, and people were sending him $5-10, who knows how much, right? So if you're following these people with huge followings on Twitter and whatever, I hope you're not giving them stuff, because you don't know if they're being truthful. You don't know if they bought their followers. You don't know if they really know what they're talking about. And this includes me, okay? People are not always who they seem, and I just don't want to see the good people out there, because I know there are good people out there in this stock who did get tricked by a lot of those big followers. I did when I first got into this stock, and I was following the huge followers that were telling everybody, diamond hands, hold on, we're not selling. And when it was up to 18, 19, and I was so new, I didn't know their stock's gonna keep going up, and foolishly I believed them. and then later, while listening into one of their groups, hearing that this person and their crew had sold out at the top at 19, while they were telling everybody else, hold on, diamond hands, they dumped on everybody, right? So be careful who you're following. I hope that you're not giving them stuff. And I'm saying that because I've gotten messages from people that think I'm like, I know everything and that I'm like this god in the space now or whatever. And I'm like, man, I hope that you're not being influenced or tricked by other people and having you send them money or whatever, right? Be careful, because not everybody out there is here to help. There's some wolves in sheep's clothing. So just be careful, you guys. And I know this video is probably going to make you want to go buy shares and stuff, but do your own research. I don't know if that 2,000 crore for Ocugen is 100%. Like I said, I can't find any paperwork to back that up. That's just a picture on a billboard. It could totally be bullshit. It could totally be that number could change. Maybe they only end up getting 100 crore because of this not going through. Now we're only given like, so you never know what could happen. Don't go buy shares because of this video. But just because of all the other things I see happening and the turn of small biotechs and the healthcare sector, I'm bullish on Ocugen kind of no matter what news we get, unless it's like bad news that's going to take us down. I think we're bullish either way, just because of the rotation in the market and where we could be headed just because of that. Alright, this video is really long. You're probably not watching anymore, so I'm going to cut it out here. I hope you guys have a good week. Hopefully I'll be able to have some time to make a video next weekend or something. Have a good day, you guys.